Frog by Brain Games is a 2 to 4 player game in which you play frogs and you're hopping around lily pads, and the idea is you want to hop and land on the matching colour of your frog. The person at the front of the other frogs gets the king, is the king frog, and you will be deciding how many spaces you hop by playing cards. Each player has 5 mosquito cards numbered 1 to 5, and each turn you will all play a card at the same time. If you land on a lily pad that isn't matching the same colour as your frog, you lose that card basically. If you land on the correct one, or a wild lily, which can count as any of the colours, you get to keep your card. However, if you land on the blank ripple tile, you lose your card. And the first person to stay in the game, so everybody else has lost their cards and knocked out, wins the game. Or if you manage to lap the last player, then you win the game. King Frog is a light game. It's aimed at kids and families. The age on the box is 7+. George really enjoyed this game. I didn't so much, and that for me is because I felt there was just too much uncertainty. When you play your cards, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The object of the game is to try and stay in, so by not losing all of your mosquito cards, and you do that by landing on the wild lilies, which represent every colour, or landing on the lily pad with the same colour as your frog. And it's just really tough. When I hop over the other frogs, that counts as 1 hop. So that makes it really difficult to figure out where everybody else is going to be. So it becomes a bit of a just guess and hope for the best kind of game for me. And George will say there's strategy in it, and you know what, maybe he's right, but for me it really did feel all down to, I'm just going to pick and hope for the best. That's really what it felt like for me. It was so unpredictable and so chaotic, in the sense that if someone hopped over you and then it gets round to your turn and you didn't anticipate that they was going to play a particular number card, so that means that the lily pad you was trying to get onto is now taken by that other frog. So you have to then jump over that, and that's still 1 hop. And there's only 2 wild lilies, and then 3 lilies that match your exact colour. It's really, really tough. And you've got 5 chances, basically, to get this right. If you manage to land on one of those wild lilies, or one of the lilies that match your colour, you get to keep your card. If not, you lose it. So then again, that narrows down what you can actually do on your turn. And if someone else is doing really, really well, they get a full complement of the 5 cards, giving them more options and more likelihood that they will land on the correct lily, which is just really frustrating, because you're trying to think, what is the best card I can play and what everybody else will be playing, and then at what point will I be moving, and where they will be moving to will affect ultimately where I'm going to be able to jump to. If that, listening to that, doesn't tire you out, think how I feel. And this is a 7+ game. That's a lot of thought for a 7-year-old to be thinking in what essentially is such a light, last one standing kind of game. So just for me, I personally didn't enjoy this. If that sounds like something you would like to play, then by all means. The component quality is great. The artwork's fantastic. The attention to detail with the frogs with the little googly eyes and the crown is really cute. So I can't fault them for production. But for me, the gameplay, it's just not a game that I found really fun.
King Frog. It's a quick game. You bounce around lily pads, and I found it funny how you got the crown and how you were like, in your face, I'm in front of you, and I'm the king because I got the crown. And then it's weird because you have mosquitoes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as cards, and that's the amount that you bounce on. And I liked that because it was funny, and I won, so that made it funner for me. Some people lost all of their mosquitoes, and it was funny just seeing a massive pile of mosquitoes. But lucky for me, I had a really good strategy, so I only lost 1 mosquito. And I won because it's easy when you know how you do it, but when you don't know how you do it and you land on the wrong one, it's a mosquito off you and in the pile. So I really like this game.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.